Hey there traders, it's Jeff from thestockbandit.com. Thanks for joining me for this video. We're just going to take a quick look here at the broad market and the indices and some key levels here as we head into a brand new week of trading. This is where my trading always begins. I want to review what the overall price action has been, what is kind of the lay of the land, how is everything shaping up right now. And I know that that's going to influence how individual charts move and individual stocks move. So, last week we did continue this bounce off of the summer pullback low here, and we entered into some important areas here. So for the NASDAQ, for example, we're coming back up for a test of this 4485. So you'll recall that was the high right here on July the 3rd. So we have backed off that level now 2 separate times, including Friday. We did back off from there. So we got within 2.5 points of that, and then promptly finished the day, 17.5 points lower than where the high of the day was. So that does count as backing off, even though this, for the index, it was up almost 12 points on the day. So this is a big test. This is a major level, and all eyes are going to be on this zone as we enter this week. We've seen a little rally here off this pullback low of about 3.5% to 4%. And so that's been a decent little bit of lift, but it really has not come with any impressive upside volume at all. So to see a lift back up to this area and an initial rejection there is not real surprising, but what's going to be real important is going to be the next few days. Do we happen to roll back over and we come back down here to test this 4320 area, or do we kind of see another shot at the upside and push through that 4485? That's going to be the big level to watch. For the S&P 500, we broke a few weeks ago, we broke down through this 1965 level. That's where rising support was. So you'll recall we had made an incremental higher high and then pulled back a little bit and then sold off and broke through this 1965 and went all the way back down here to 1904. That's the low right there. And since then we've seen a lift from there, but again on Friday we rallied right back up. We got within 1 point of that same level and then backed away basically 9 points on the session off the high into the close. So it finished dead flat on the day, but it had been positive and it has now failed this initial test. So it's going to be really interesting to see if Friday's kind of rejection off that high leads to some downside and we roll back over and head toward the low 1900s, or if instead we take another shot here and work our way back up to attempt to challenge this high right back here from July, which is at 1991. For the Russell, this index has really struggled the most. It did rally off this 1107 pullback low, but it has yet to come back up and challenge this 1160. That's been the big level. If I zoom out a little bit further, you can see that this 1160 level has been tested a number of different times. It's been serving as both support and resistance on both sides. So now we have rallied back up. We've stopped short of that. We got about 8.5 points from there on Friday and then backed off 10 points into the close off the session high. So if we do see any rollover move, again, this has kind of been a classic rally and stall out type of move. So if this index rolls over at all early this next week, we could see a quick retreat back down toward this 1104 or 1107 area, and if we do get through there, then the next one's going to be down here at 1082. And then finally is the Dow, which we had this May high or early May high right here of 16,735. That was the high. We saw a test of that shortly after. It took a couple days, finally got back through it, and then it was tested as support, and it held there and there. And now we've gotten back through this 16,735, pulled back and rallied back up, and now we've seen that same area hold again. So we closed here on Friday back beneath that level after a chance at pushing through. We saw volume kind of increase as kind of the sellers defended that area. So it's going to be real interesting to see if we happen to see any further decline. Then the 16.3 area that we just tested is likely going to be the next spot that we've come down to here in the days ahead. So it's going to be very critical these next few days to see whether the bulls can produce a push beyond these key levels, such as Dow 16,735, S&P 1965, and NASDAQ 4485. Those are the big numbers to watch, so put them on your radar. And if you're looking for some trade ideas to add to your own, stop by the site, check out the free trial. it's an investment in your trading, really, is how most of the members look at it, because one or two good trades easily covers the cost of membership. And so there's a lot of great ideas, and if you're interested in knowing what I'm trading each day, you can see my trading plan every single night right there within the member area. So thanks for joining me for this video. I'll be back soon with more, but until then, trade like a bandit.